pumpkin mic'd up over here. Okay. Oh my goodness. You've got a microphone on you now. It's on your back. I don't know if it's doing anything. Hi, I'm T. Waldron. This is Pumpkin. We're here for a little gratitude with attitude, and fun topic for tonight. I'll tell you about it in a minute. It's about a movie I just watched today that is fascinating. But in the meantime, let's do a little bit of deep breathing, and we'll just go within for a few moments for yourself. So if you can, close your eyes. Let's inhale through our nose and hold it. And exhale through our mouth. And inhale. And hold it. And exhale. And as we slow down our breath, we're going within, we're taking a few minutes just to get our nervous system reset back to zero, to relax, and to let ourselves know everything is fine, everything is good, we're at peace. Maybe we even feel love or happiness. Inhale. And hold it. And exhale any tension, any stress, they don't belong to you. So, hey, good evening, Kevin. Nice to see ya. I hope you're having a great day, or evening, I should say. It is snowing out here, up here in the Northeast. You probably don't get snow where you're at, but yeah, we get enough for all of us. Today we've had a lot. We had a whole snowstorm earlier. I went out and shoveled with a friend of mine, and then it started snowing again. So I don't know. What is everybody's thought? Somebody said you should put rock salt down before the snow. So I did that because I was like, well, I don't want anybody to slip on ice. So we'll see how that happens. Yeah, you guys don't get snow? I hope not. I hope you have a nice non-snowy day. So, oh my gosh. So anyway, after we shoveled, we ate some food, and then we watched the movie, The Age of Disclosure. Have you heard of it? Okay. Oh, you do get snow. Okay. Well, yeah, Texas is a big state, so I always think it's, you know, really, really warm there, but you do get snow. All right. Hey, Fractal, you gonna come join us? You can come up here. It's okay. Oh, you got snow too? Usually you spread sand. Yeah, I didn't have rock salt the last time, and I had some kitty litter, so I put that out, and that helps with non-slipperiness. Yeah, hi there. Nice to see you, Jay. Oh, good, you've heard of the movie, Jay. Yeah, it's called The Age of Disclosure. It came out this past November, and it's a documentary. And the director interviewed, like, I think it was 34 or 32 high-ranking military officials, and it was about how they witnessed UAPs. I think it was unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, or it used to be called UFOs, unidentified flying objects, but now they're called UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena, something like that, I think they're called. Yeah, hey, Long Gang, welcome. Yeah. How are you doing? I'm doing great. I hope you're having a good night. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I put on some fancy earrings for you guys tonight because this is an exciting topic. I'm excited about this topic. Just because, okay, it's a hard topic to talk about because, like, I always was raised thinking that, you know, extraterrestrials and UFOs are not real. And if you do think they're real, there's something wrong with you. You know, tinfoil hats and all that kind of stuff. And turns out there has been a long history of disinformation from our government, which also sounds really like controversial because, you know, you sound like one of those conspiracy theory people. So I think even talking about this can be difficult, but I think we should open up the dialogue because there's a reason all these people came out and went on record saying that this is true and that they saw things or they witnessed things or that they studied different things. And I think, you know, if all of these people who have really good careers are willing to put their name and their career on the line, then I think we owe it to them to listen to what they're saying, right? What do you think? So, yeah. How are you doing, Jay? I like your little dog logo there. I'm glad you're doing great. Yeah, so the topic is The Age of Disclosure, the movie. Thanks for asking. Yeah, welcome. Yeah, I just started a few minutes ago. Oh my gosh, I actually saw an orb in 2016 with 4 coworkers. Wow, that's wild, Kevin. How'd you feel about that? Were you freaked out? Was it shocking? I mean, it would be shocking to me. Wow, that's wild. So anyway, there were different physicists on the show, on the movie, and let me see. Yeah, that's super cute. Yeah, military pilots have been talking about this for decades, all suppressed. True, that's so true, yeah. And that's what they were saying. Like one fella who was, and these were all like a lot of career military people. The first like kind of real big whistleblower, he pretty much went to his supervisors, and they were all like, "Oh, okay, yeah, let's run this up the chain." A couple of them, and then he got to a certain level, and he was shut down. And they said, "Don't talk about that." And he had a choice at that point. And he said he could do one of two things. He said he could just shut up and just not talk about it and obey, or he could quit his job and try to get the word out, which he did the second thing. And he was kind of discredited, and at one point his life was threatened. Not directly, like they didn't actually attack him, but he was called by a friend and said, we just had a meeting and there were 13 of us in the room, and we were trying to decide if we should take you and this other guy out or not. That was shocking, right? I mean, wow. It was so much stuff in there. Just we were watching it going, is this really true? Like, it was wild. So I do recommend, if it was on Amazon, and I forked over the $10 to watch it on Amazon Prime. It was totally worth it. I mean, if you go to the movies, that's less than 1 ticket. So, I've got it for 48 hours. So any of my friends in the area, if you want to come over, I'll watch it again. Anyway, so again, called The Age of Disclosure. So they said there are observables. One guy, the original whistleblower, he said, and I forgot his name, but he said there are observables that make these craft, when they're flying in the sky, different than human-made craft, okay, that sets them apart, that you can kind of, identify that, what, we didn't make that. Or even our enemies, this technology is hundreds of years, if not thousands of years ahead of our abilities. Right, Pumpkin? She's purring really loudly, by the way. Yeah. Okay, so there are observables. The first thing he said is hypersonic velocity. So our typical highest speed, plane, or whatever it is, jet, I guess, it can go 4,600 miles per hour. The UAP that they witnessed went 40,000 miles per hour. I don't know how they determined that, but that was, what this one fella said. The second thing, they have instantaneous acceleration. So at top speed, our Blackbird would, in order for it to turn 90 degrees, it would take the distance of half the state of Ohio, which is that's a large arc. These objects can be flying and then do a 90-degree turn instantly, which our technology can't do that. That's pretty wild. The third thing he said was low observability, meaning no particles were given off in their trail. If you see a plane in the sky or a jet, you see a trail of the fuel. There were no observables, no particles. They were mostly silent or very quiet, and no signatures of exhaust in the sky. The fourth thing they said, they did transmedium travel. So some of them would seamlessly come from above the atmosphere, outer space, come into the sky, sometimes go into water and then come back out um, without losing any speed or even causing a wave when they went into or out of the water. Like, that's pretty shocking. If they were going at that speed, there should be some sort of wave or some sort of disturbance in the water going in and coming out. So that's pretty wild. And then they said there's number 5 was anti-gravity. So like they could be motionless and then just zoom off. So they said there was one that came down from 80,000 feet and then it came over one of our sites and sat there motionless for 3 hours and then took off back into the atmosphere. That was wild. And then the 6th one is there were some of our military officials and people had biological effects, which they had a scientist, doctor from Stanford University on, and he said he got called in to secretly treat these people, and they said he said there was horrific burns he witnessed, and also internal scarring on organs and bodies and some brains as well. So that was shocking, you know. And he said we can deny whatever we saw, but the medical data is real. So, you know, where did these injuries come from? Okay, that's a question. So I just thought that was very, very interesting. You know, and that was just one small like snippet of the whole movie. It was interview after interview of these people sharing what they saw, sharing what they believed, and even there were some congressional hearings on this. And David Grush was one of the people who spoke at the hearing. He testified at the hearing, and one of the fellows said that the craft, and I don't know how he determined this, but the craft that he studied used 110 billion watts of power to, I don't know, to do a maneuver, and we use 100 million is the daily power generation of the entire United States. So that's a lot of power, you know. And the physicists that they had on said they assumed the crafts, they determined that the crafts are using 0-point energy and quantum physics to operate, which I'm not going to get into that because that's really, I have to watch it again to get my head around that. But what do you think? Do you think that's valid? Do you think, I mean, some people said, you know, there's the cat. There she is. Pumpkin, why'd you go over there? What do you think? Do you think that could be true? Yeah, Pumpkin's right there, Harvey. Thanks for asking. She jumped over earlier. What do you think? Do you think there are UAPs? I do. I'm into this now because it's like part of the whole thing about my channel is searching for truth and finding truth within myself. But also, if I find out we've been lied to as a country, that is unacceptable. And I'm willing to, search for the truth. Like, we have to find out. Go ahead, jump. Go on. Go on over there. Nope, she's going to stay where she is. So it's my passion is to find out what the truth is and then to, spread the truth. And if we've been lied to, then this is huge. It's huge. We have a right to know the truth. Like if all these officials are coming out and again, jeopardizing their reputations and their careers to share what they've seen and to get the truth out there, I think we have an obligation to listen to them, at least listen, and then you can decide if you believe them or not. But I just thought that was an interesting film, a great documentary. Again, it's called The Age of Disclosure, and I hope they mentioned something. It might be up for it might get nominated for an Academy Award in documentaries. I hope it does. And there was a special on CNN. There was an interview with Jake Tapper and the director. So I'll find that and I'll put a link of that into the description of this this live. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that could be true? I mean, obviously, if you've seen something, then you probably think it's true. Could be. Yeah, I think there's a lot more people talking about this these days, and I think hopefully the parts, if the suppression thing is really valid, then hopefully if more people start talking about it, the truth can't be suppressed. So. So I don't know. I know this talk makes some of my family members very nervous. They're like, Mom, people are going to think you're nuts. I'm like, if it's the truth, though, I don't know. I think people that speak the truth sometimes have to put their livelihood on the line to stand in truth. I don't know. What do you think? Okay. Yeah, and oh, Art, that's valid. I guess the idea was not to create a public panic. Government, right or wrong, acts to protect us. That was a huge theme in this, absolutely. And but the thing is, what a theme that kind of went through this whole thing was that this small group of individuals who had this knowledge didn't share it with like the head of certain factions of the government that should know this stuff, or the sitting presidents. So the thought is, if you're the president, you should really probably know this stuff. So I think that's where the disconnect lies. So yeah, absolutely. That was totally. They said Steve Mnuchin was briefed on some of this stuff. And his comment was, well, I'm going to have to figure out how this would affect the financial situation of the country before we bring this, any further. So, it's pretty wild that, so many people may have known about this or I don't know. It's just, I guess I see both sides because panic can ensue, but I don't know. I feel like we're kind of, if we roll it out slowly, I feel like people can handle it. I think some people would not want to know the truth. You're right. But I think we have a right to know. And then whether we accept it or not is a whole other thing. Yeah. Yeah. They have FEMA to help in disaster, but when something happens, they can't get anything done. I'm not saying they would handle it well, Harvey, because undoubtedly it would be wild. But I think if we can figure out a way to kind of roll this idea out and just introduce it to people in a maybe gradually, I don't know. I mean, that's kind of why I want to talk about it, because maybe this could be, we can start that conversation and see if it's something people can hear. It was weird. I couldn't accept this stuff for maybe 6 months or so. I was fighting it because there's such cognitive dissonance, because you're like, this isn't true, this isn't real, it's not what I've been taught, and now I keep looking at facts and researching it, and the more that I look into it, the more it seems true to me. But I could be wrong. Who knows? Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Ooh, what do we have here? Hi, Wilbur. Welcome. Have you ever read the book True Believer? No, I haven't. I'm going to write that down. I'll have to check it out. What's it about? Wilbur, I'd love to know. By Eric Hoffer. And then Art, let's see what you said. Please clarify, is your point that we've been lied to, or that there is evidence of other life and what to do about it? Yes. They're both true, I believe. I believe we've been lied to, and I do believe there's evidence of other life. And maybe we don't know. I mean, I think getting the truth out would be good, but also it might create mass hysteria. So, I mean, I can handle the truth, and I'm sure the people on this channel, if we're talking about this and no one's, gone off and started freaking out, I think we can have a discussion about it, and just slowly introduce this idea. But perhaps the general population would freak out. I don't know how people would react, because again, it's so ingrained in people's minds that this is a bad thing, and we don't know. The truth is, we have no idea. I mean, I'm looking at the facts. Like, if what I've seen is true, there's this super advanced technology. No humans, as far as I know, have been hurt by these beings. And, I have no reason to think they're not altruistic. I don't know. That's the feeling that I have, and I don't have any proof of this. But then there are other, people in the movie who are saying, they've been spending time over our nuclear sites, and also over Russia's and China's. And they have activated and deactivated parts of missiles. So that's a little concerning if you're hawk-like and you're concerned about protection. And I don't know. I don't know what the right feeling is. But my thought is, if they're this advanced and they wanted to hurt us, they would have done it by now. So that's my take on it. But again, I would love to know what you guys think. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I was just curious what you guys thought, and it's just an interesting topic, and I don't know. I don't have all the answers, but as I'm learning stuff, I want to share it with you, and then we can talk about it and decide, And I love the fact that I'm really impressed, and thanks for sharing that, Kevin, that you saw something, and with four other people. So yeah, I think there's a lot more than what we've been told, and I just want to get to the truth. So like the X-Files used to say, the truth is out there. Let's see. Okay, what does Art have to say? Let's say there is other life, and I think there is. How do we overlap this with metaphysics and being your best self? Oh, thanks for asking that question. Okay, I love it. Thanks, Art. Keeping me on track. Okay, so the whole month of December, pretty much, okay, I was sharing information from a mysterious source, right? Turned out it was a fella named Daryl Anka, who was channeling Bashar, who allegedly is an extraterrestrial. All of that information he was giving, all that information he shares when he's channeling, is how to be your best self. Now, whether you think it's really an extraterrestrial or not, it doesn't really matter. If you listen to the information, I've tried to apply. I'm like, well, before I share this on my channel, let me try to apply this to my life. And pretty much all the stuff he said was useful. So I think it all ties together in a very circuitous way. It's helped me, and I thought I would share it with you guys. For instance, I'll give you an example, because you're like, well, what could it be? One of the things he says is a formula to raise your vibration and manifest things, which sometimes we all want to do, right? He says, follow your high. I don't know. I don't have it in front of me. I'm trying to go from memory. Okay, so he says, follow your highest excitement, and it's usually for the benefit of others, until you can follow it no more, with no expectations or insistences on how it will turn out. Just do your best, help others, and follow that till you can't do any more with that, and then go on to the next thing and follow your next highest excitement and helping others and being kind. And I'm like, you know what? That really resonates with me, because that's kind of what I'm doing. So that was really, I thought, good advice, and I've been doing that, and things have been working out. And the more I try to, act on my highest excitement and be kind to others, stuff comes my way, like I've been offered different jobs, or someone has helped me out in a way that I didn't expect, or, different things. When I follow that formula, it's cool, and it's not perfect. Life is still life. Things happen, but it's been a positive thing. So that's how it ties together, I think, with the metaphysics. it's a stretch, but it's quantumly entangled, if that makes sense. So yeah, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, Harvey. Yep. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think there is a life outside of Earth? Is it here with us, or is this just story time? What do you think? I'd be curious to know. I think it's real. I think aliens may be here with us, and I think I don't know. I don't know how to explore this idea. I'm just gonna keep living my life and doing my best and researching it and share with you what I learn. Yeah. Yeah. Probably are more out there. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I just wanted to say thanks for being here tonight. And Pumpkin, thank you for being here. And thanks for all your questions and the great conversation. I appreciate it. Arts. Art says, I bet we would be surprised to find out that the higher life form are really cats. I wouldn't be surprised at all, Art. because Pumpkin's super wise. And she is here every day for you guys. Yeah, thanks, Harvey. Pumpkin, you have another fan. Harvey says hi. Do you want to say goodnight? I hope the mic's picking up her purring. All right, everybody. From myself to yourself, thanks for joining us on this journey. Say goodnight, Pumpkin. Can you do it? Nope, she's a cat. All right, take care, everybody. Bye, Joshua. Bye, Harvey. Take care. Bye, Art. Bye, Kevin.